Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy MB, ready to do the daily breakdown of the S&P 500 on the futures market. Today is Wednesday, May 1st, 2024, and as expected, we had a really crazy day due to the volatility because of FOMC. So there was plenty of trades you could have taken, and it got pretty crazy towards the end. So let me break it down for you. I've got a 1 hour chart pulled up, and we had this area that was, a brief area of support before we broke below it, and it started to act as resistance. So last night around 10, 11 p.m., we approached this level and got rejected at it, and then we found a support level down here at 50.44. So although we broke below it a few different times, we got all the closes on the 1 hour chart were at this 50.44 level. So that was an important level intraday. So now let me break down the best plays during the day. And so on these days that are really volatile, on these days that we have like really important news, leading up to that news event, it'll be pretty choppy and even range bound. And so it's kind of easy to play the intraday price action. So pre-market, after we find our support level, we ended up forming like higher highs and higher lows. So just before the open, we found the support level where, it looked like we were going to break out and then retest pre-market highs. But we were rejected just below that. And so this support level ended up acting as resistance. And so once we dropped down, we got really close to this demand zone, but we didn't quite touch it. So if you had an order here at 50.44, you wouldn't have been filled by one tick. So that's why I don't have, one play or two plays down here that you could have taken, just because it didn't actually, touch this entry. But if you were impatient, you could have taken a long down there. But regardless, the first play of the day came off of this retest of this support level. So it rejected it pretty nicely. And then again, right here at 10 o'clock, 10:15, same thing as over here. We didn't quite touch the 44 level, so it wouldn't have bought you in. So although you could have, like I said, hit a market order just above this level, you could have taken a long there, but didn't touch it exactly, so I'm not going to count that. Play number 2 was the same thing, just a retest of this level that ended up still acting as resistance, so that's play number 2. Finally, play number 3, we ended up touching the 44 level, and so an actual entry that was actually hit. And so you get in long at 44, 10-point move to the upside. And then again, right here at 12 o'clock, you can get long at 44. And then we ended up approaching this resistance level. And the reason I don't have, a play to go short here was because it was so close to news. And at 1 o'clock, obviously the market liked the news. And so we ended up breaking above this resistance area. And then we retested the pre-market highs. And so play number 5 was a rejection off of this level. And actually, you could have taken this play twice. At 1 o'clock, whenever we first hit 65, it dropped exactly 10 points and then came and closed up to the highs. And then on this next candle, you could have re-entered at 65, not gotten stopped out, taken another 10 points. So you could have actually taken this play twice. After that, it was just a matter of waiting for support to form. Obviously, news was really good, and so it was just a matter of the market digesting the news and finding support and forming the new pattern. And so play number 6 was just a long off of this previous area of resistance, now acting as support. So it did break through right here at 110. It's kind of where experience comes into play, because last FOMC I took a long similar where I got stopped out. So this time I decided to wait and find the bottom, and then so I ended up not taking this long. But you could have taken it on either this candle or this candle here at 130. At 125, we had this giant move to the upside, but then right after that, it retraced this whole move. So could have gotten long here at 57, and then went all the way back up. And then same thing with this candle, went all the way back down. So I gave you a few different opportunities to get long at this 57 level. And unfortunately, I was super sad because I ended up missing this long. I was just so scared because of the volatility. It was going crazy, like 20-point moves up and then all the way back down. So I missed the long, and I just decided to sit on my hands. And then that's when I noticed a very specific pattern that I've been talking about. It's the Wyckoff distribution pattern. And so I was on a 5-minute chart when I started to notice this pattern playing out. And I knew it. I was like, I'm going to go to a 1-minute chart, and I guarantee that this is exactly what's forming. And so I started marking out these levels. Again, I don't know what these stand for. I just know that it's a part of the chart. So like you have a little high here, a pullback, another high here, a deeper pullback, and then you have like a new high that gets formed. And then you have like I don't know what it's called. It's just an extension that breaks the upside and like a very strong rejection. And so I was actually on a 3,000 tick chart. And so whenever I saw this candle wake up really, really quickly and then come back down, I knew to get in short. So I literally got in short right here at 24.25. So I caught the exact tippy top of this trade. It was insane. I ended up taking profits somewhere down here. I don't know, it was like in this move. But this is where it gets crazy, because at the end of the day, I knew that this pattern was going to play out. And so I just waited for these very specific levels to form. And honestly, you probably could have only seen these patterns on like a 1 minute chart. So I'm only going to have play number 7 as the entry, because that was the very top of the play. And this pattern is called the Wyckoff distribution pattern. And so I have these little entries here. So like you could have taken it short from here, long from here, short from here. So I'm going to explain what those were. And so if I go back to the 1 minute chart, had a support level right there. And so we retested it once there and then once here. And then we dropped off. You could have taken it long again off of this area that was support. This was a spot you could have taken it long. And then ended up taking another short over here. I took it at 14 initially because of this candle. Usually it'll form like a double top here. But it ended up stopping me out. I had a really tight stop. And then I retook it again at 17. And it went up a little bit more. And I had my stop above these highs. And so I ended up catching a nasty move to the downside. So I took this trade a bunch of times. And I knew it was going to retrace the whole move. But unfortunately, I didn't hold the entire move to the downside. So that was a little bit disheartening, but it's okay. I still made a lot of money on it. But yeah, this day was absolutely insane. Even if you didn't trade any of this last like 2 hours of the day was pretty wild. And obviously, even after hours, we're still going crazy. Look, this is another level. If you bought it, right before the close, and if you held right now, you could have made another 15 points. So pretty crazy. My voice is really coarse because of all the talking. This video is gonna be way too long, but yeah, plenty of opportunities today. Hope you made a lot of money. And if not, there's always tomorrow. All right, I'll catch you then. All right, I love you.